Longo, A Gangster's Tale, by J.N. Wdowski. For your full enjoyment, be sure to read, watch, or listen to the end. Chapter 8. Two Fronts. Next morning. Tommy and the girls arrived at his apartment early that morning. Joey was already awake and making pancakes and bacon. "More bacon?" Anita asked. "Love bacon." "You don't like bacon?" Joey responded, as he placed a stack of blueberry pancakes along with a pile of crispy golden brown bacon strips on a large serving platter. He placed it on the center of the table as they all took their seats. "Please help yourselves." Joey also sat. Anita took 3 pancakes and 4 strips of bacon. "I take that as a yes," Joey said, watching her fill her plate. "Hungry?" Anita smiled. "Not very, why?" "Where do you put it all?" He looked at her perfect body. He then looked over at the smaller framed May, who had taken 4 pancakes and 6 strips of bacon for herself. "Seriously, where do you girls put all it?" May placed a forkful of the pancakes into her mouth. Her face lit up. "Very good." "It's better with the maple syrup." He poured some on her stack of cakes. May tried it with the real syrup. She closed her eyes and seemed almost orgasmic when she placed it in her mouth. Yes, much more good." "How long have you been in the States?" Tommy asked May. "This is your first time having pancakes with real maple syrup?" 3 months, she responded, cutting more for herself. "Your English is very good for only 3 months," Anita had to admit. "Thank you." May smiled at her. "I always love Hollywood cinema." Joey changed the subject. He began to recommend that the girls leave the city, that they should visit any family or friends outside the area. At least for a week or 2. Both refused the idea of leaving. They both wanted to stay close to him. "I cannot guarantee your safeties," he insisted. "Stay at Tommy's at least. Do not let anyone know that you are there. Do not go out. I will see you both later tonight." "Where will you be?" asked Anita, finishing her breakfast as she gently wiped the edge of her mouth with a napkin. As Mei Huao warned Joey, she began clearing the table. "Chen will look for you." Joey turned to her. "I am aware of that." He turned back to Anita. "I have some errands I must do. Everything is in motion now." "What? What is in motion? What is your game?" Anita sat, letting Mei Hua clear the table and put the dishes in the kitchen dishwasher. "You not going to help?" May asked Anita as she took the empty platter and Tommy's plate. Anita ignored May. "What is in motion?" She repeated, standing as she took hers and Joey's plates, helping by placing them in the dishwasher. "The less you know, the better for you." Joey responded to her. "And thank you both for doing the dishes." May smiled as she brought the coffee pot to the table to refill their cups. Anita started the machine and returned to the table. "You scare me sometimes." She looked at him firmly. "I do not mean to," he answered, turning to thank May for the refill. "I know you don't. It is why I am still here. But you still scare me." Anita replied, "I feel safer with you." May injected as she sat to drink her coffee. "I agree with Anita." Tommy finally spoke up. "Maybe if you didn't leave us both in the dark, we wouldn't feel so concerned." Joey looked squarely at Tommy. "Perhaps knowing the whole story before I have things resolved will make you even more concerned." Noon. Stepping outside his lobby, Joey was greeted by a gray-uniformed chauffeur who stood in front of a 2026 cobalt blue Rolls-Royce Phantom. "Mr. Longo?" "Yes, I was not expecting this kind of ride." The chauffeur opened the rear passenger side door for him. "Mr. Munt is waiting." Joey did not immediately get into the back. Instead, he walked around the predominantly handcrafted vehicle, Patiently, the chauffeur waited, holding the rear passenger side door open for him. Enjoying the beauty and luxury of the car, he noticed a police cruiser was still parked across the street. 2 uniformed officers were in the car holding paper cups of coffee and donuts as they both watched him walk around the rolls. He thought to himself how the stereotype was correct about cops and donuts. Before he finally climbed into the car, he also noticed, not too far down the street, a 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLE was parked. It was occupied by 4 Chinese gentlemen. He assumed that their spotting the police cruiser kept them at bay. Joey then looked around for a vehicle with occupants representing the rulers. He did not see one. "Thank you." Joey handed $100 to the chauffeur as he climbed into the back. "No need, sir. Mr. Van de Munt pays me handsomely." The chauffeur refused the $100 and closed the door before going around and getting into the driver's seat. He turned and looked at Joey as he buckled up. Once Joey buckled himself into the leather seat, the chauffeur pulled the car onto the road. Looking back, he saw the patrol car make a U-turn to follow. Passing the Mercedes, it pulled out of its spot, making a hard U-turn, placing it behind the police cruiser. "You are aware we are being followed?" the chauffeur stated. "Very much so, thanks." Joey closed his eyes briefly to enjoy the ride. It was only 20 minutes later that they reached a drawbridge to an island just off the coast. The chauffeur pressed a button, causing the bridge to lower on both ends and allow them to cross. Pressing the button again, the drawbridge was raised, leaving the patrol car and the Mercedes waiting on the mainland. 5 minutes later, they approached a large, stately mansion with water views in 3 directions. Pulling up to the front of the building, the driver got out and opened the rear door for Joey. A 45-year-old uniformed butler was standing at the front entrance of the house waiting for him. "Mr. Longo, this way, please." He opened the front door. Joey stopped for a moment to enjoy the views and manicured grounds. Seagulls could be heard in all directions, along with the sound of motorboats passing by. "Nice location," Joey commented as he walked into the building, followed by the butler. Joey stopped once he entered. He admired the massive inner space. 2 remarkable double teakwood staircases with brass railings curved upward to the second-floor landing. Between them was a glass elevator that was large enough for 2 people. Taking the lead, the butler gestured Joey to follow him. He led Joey past the staircases to a formal dining room. Large floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the Long Island Sound. The shore of Long Island could be seen on the far side of the dark blue waters. In the center of the dining room was a table with a white tablecloth that could easily seat 20. At the far end of the table was seated a man in his 70s. He was dressed in a lime green short-sleeved polo shirt. His hair was thin and gray. His face had that pulled-back facelift look to it. The man waved with his hand for Joey to come and sit near him. "That will be all, Gilbert." The butler nodded his head in acknowledgement. He walked out backwards, closing the double teakwood sliding doors behind him. "Please, Mr. Longo, sit beside me." The man waved to him again to approach closer. Joey did as he requested. He sat near the old man with his back to the wall so he could enjoy the view through the 12-foot-tall windows. The man looked also out the windows, sighing slightly. "I must admit, I never get tired of that view. It is even more spectacular from the second floor." Briefly, the old man's eyes looked upward above them. His eyes then focused on Joey. "So how do you know Kevy Pooh?" "Kevy Pooh?" Joey was at first confused. "Do you mean Kevin Altman?" "Yes, Altman. Kevy Pooh was a nickname I gave him since we were classmates in high school," the man laughed to himself. "As he got older, he hated me calling him that." "So what is your connection with Kevy Pooh, Mr. Longo?" "He made a special request that I meet you, although you know I am retired?" "Semi-retired, Mr. Vandermunt," Joey corrected him. Vandermunt grinned. "Yes, semi-retired. Hungry?" He picked up a silver bell on the table and rang it. From a door behind him, a chef walked in. "Yes, sir?" Vandermunt asked Joey, Do you like pizza? I have a brick oven, wood-burning pizza oven. Richie here makes his pies from scratch. Better than any pizza you'll get on the mainland. Sounds good, Joey responded. With seafood? Munt recommended. Love seafood. He held up 2 fingers. 2 personal seafood pizzas, clams, shrimp, scallops, and anchovies. Yes, sir. The chef nodded his head, returning through the door he had entered from. So, business before pizza? The man smiled at Joey. Tell me how I can help a friend of Kevy Pooh's? Please continue to Chapter 9, The Proposal.
To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.